Okay, so what's going on, people? It always says like live, but I think I should wait till that little actual ticker timer thing starts going before I actually start speaking. Either way, so I got some stuff to open. Well, I'm not gonna open it all up or whatever, but I'm at least gonna open these boxes up because they're taking up all kinds of space. And it's been a while since I've done one of these, so just gonna go through the stuff I picked up over the last uh, since however long ago it was that I last did one of these. I was out of town not too long ago up in Philadelphia for a wrestling thing, and I stopped at a store called, what was that store called? Ollie's, Ollies. Picked up some stuff up there. One of the things was this right here because I felt like I needed this. And then I realized a couple days ago that I actually have this. This is the Age of Apocalypse. So this one will be going off to somebody else because I don't see a reason to have two. So I'm just gonna unload that somewhere. I feel like I shouldn't have a problem doing that. Also up there, this isn't for me either, but it's one of those adult coloring books. So it's Batman Hush, right? So this is going to a coworker because he's been buying up all these Hush figures lately. I figured maybe I'll give him this because I saw it there and I'm like, oh well, this will give him something to do maybe. I mean, it gets fairly slow at work once in a while, so there is that. Also, over at Ollie's, picked up Panthor and Battle Cat, right? So that's what you're looking at here. I think these things are normally like $30, $40. They've marked down to 20 a piece. So, it was a deal that I figured wasn't going to pass up. So I do want to get the Mondo ones if they actually bring this one out. And they should have a pre order for this one soon. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And I think there's some Mondo stuff in one of these boxes. So that should be cool. But these normally I'd go all in on like He-Man lines and stuff, but I learned a few years ago that I should stop doing that because it does not do good things for the amount of space that I have. So there is that. I'll set these things down here, move along. I think that was everything from Ollie's. And this was a Target pickup. Gargoyles, Angela, right? So that's like Goliath's mom. I don't know why it was so hard to get that out. Well, yeah, so that's her, right? But I open this thing up. There's her again, and little Goliath, right? So that's what's going on there. Try to get this organized in a way where you can actually see it. That seems like it's fine. Either way, I do almost have the set, right? So if you look on the back there, the only one that's missing would be Lexington over here. And to my understanding, they haven't made his figure yet, or at least haven't released it yet. So that's why I don't have it. Also, I'm not going to open these up, but these will be for later. I do have a card unboxing that I'll be doing soon, so that's what's going on here. This is the Marvel Beginnings, right? 2023 edition or whatever. So they looked kind of cool from the side of the box. Like there could be some decent pictures in there or some decent art on there. So I figured I'll see for myself. I was at Target the other day. They happen to have some, and it's not like I knew that they were coming out. I just saw them and thought, yeah, let's pick up some of these, see how this works out. I do also have some DC, Dawn of DC cards to open, and I think that's it over there. So moving along, got some wrestling figures. Last night when I was out, went out to Virginia Beach for a Streetlight Manifesto show. Lit also played, my own worst enemy. Either way, so I picked up this Macho Man figure. This is from the WWE Superstars series. So it's kind of like these older style things, retro style, kind of like a lot of the He-Man figures I had when I was younger. So that's what's going on as far as this particular wave. But I have everything that I wanted out of it, which is the Macho Man and the Mr. T. So, and I didn't even know that these figures existed. I knew about the line, right? I didn't know about the line. I just didn't know that this was in them or anything because I haven't been following it. I only buy the figures when I see them at Walmart and they catch my attention. Also at Walmart was this right here. This is the Ultimate Edition Rey Mysterio. Now, if anybody out there wants to do me a favor and you happen to see the Eddie Guerrero version, the Eddie Guerrero Ruthless Aggression Elite, or excuse me, Ultimate, go ahead and pick that up. For me, right? I'll pay you back, and obviously it's all that. But here's Rey Mysterio, right? So, I mean, the figure itself doesn't seem like anything amazing, but these extras that it came with, that's kind of where you get your money's worth or whatever. It's got this big Phoenix hat sort of thing going on. I don't know what this is from. Sometimes it says on the back, but that's kind of what it looks like if he was wearing it. But I don't pick up a whole lot of Rey Mysterio figures. I think I just have the one up there, the black and yellow one. But I saw this and was like, well, that'd be kind of cool. So hopefully I can get the Eddie Guerrero and complete that little set. So that's kind of what I'm hoping on. Like, if the Eddie Guerrero isn't an option, that's kind of a waste of a purchase because I only want both. I don't want just that one. Moving along, also at another Walmart earlier in the week, I ran up on the Greatest Hits series. So this is the Blue Tista figure. That's what some people were calling it. If you look on the back, that's everything that's in that particular wave. I got all of these except for the, who's this guy? King Harley Race, right? I think that's the only one that I didn't get. So, and they all happen to be right here. Pretty sure I got all of them. And also Rhea Ripley, because she was there. I've been looking for this one for a little while. So not too long ago, I did pick up I have the I have the Sami Zayn and I have the Edge figures. So that was cool. I'm trying to get my little Judgment Day set together. So this needed to happen. And she's actually looking pretty good as far as like the detailing and whatnot. I mean, it's kind of basic in some ways, but it's accurate at the same time, right? So it doesn't stand out to me like the Ruby Soho figure did or anything like that. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with how it came out. Same goes for this one. This is Shawn Michaels, right? I saw somebody make a post not too long ago about all the Shawn Michaels figures recently, and or at least over the last few years, and what all events they were based off of. This particular one has to be from WrestleMania 14, as it says on the back, which was actually the first WrestleMania that I ever really watched or knew about and looked forward to, I should say. Because I didn't have it, you know what I'm saying? But that was the year that I got, the year that I got into wrestling was right before that. So it's kind of one of those things. So let's see what's going on in here. And honestly, like, for that to be my first one that really has any sort of emotional attachment, I remember like nothing about it for the most part, except for I think Undertaker and Kane's first match was there, and then the Austin and Shawn Michaels. DDP, right? So pick this one up. This camera, or maybe I don't know if the camera's blurry or if it's just the lighting here, but either way, DDP, right? So the thing about the Greatest Hits figures is that these came out before and they're just re-releasing them, kind of like how Jordan does like their retros or whatever, where they're like, hey, here's the thing again. I don't know if anything is different on any of these because I've never bought a Greatest Hits that I've had like the actual other figure of. One day, that'll probably happen once I've been collecting these for long enough. So there's DDP right there, right? He's been on AEW a time or two. I think that's the only place I've seen him in the last few years. This particular Undertaker, I don't know what's going on with it. It's not like my favorite look or whatever, but I try to get most of the Undertaker figures if possible. So that's what happened. And this was from SummerSlam 99, according to the back of it. So give you that on the back side in case you want to see what I'm talking about. Yes. So it's not bad or anything. It's just like, I don't know, it's okay. It's fine, right? I'll just accept it that they can't all be winners, because at the end of the day, if you were to rack and stack, something's going to be on the bottom, right? That's just the way that goes. And last, certainly not least, definitely not least, is Seth Rollins, right? And you see that right there? I was in the crowd when that happened. I was out there, WrestleMania 31 somewhere in California, watching that happen. It's a pretty big moment, right? You know, the hometown crowd part of me or whatever was like, hey, it's that guy from Iowa, you know? I only knew the guy so much at that point. But it was cool to see that, and now I have the figure from that, so this one will probably go right up there with those other Seth Rollinses. There's the one from when he fought Mysterio, and I don't know what those other two are. One of those must be a top picks, because like they look exactly the same, and usually that's how the top picks go. So, moving along. The last open figures here. So this is going to be Brock Lesnar, right? This is from I forget what they called it, but Walmart had like a little special group of figures they were doing last month or whatever. So that's what this one comes from. It says, I guess it's from the Ruthless Aggression line, as it says on there, but they made it seem like it was going to be like limited or whatever. I don't know if that's the case. I had made an order online for it, but if you ever order anything pre-order wise from Walmart that's an action figure, don't expect to get it, right? And that's what happened. I saw these, I put the orders in, but when I saw them in store, I was like, I'm going to buy these now just in case. And this one is the Rob Van Dam, right? This is the one that I actually wanted. And he's got the little spinner style title with him, so that's pretty cool, right? But otherwise, it's pretty much, it's Rob Van Dam, right? You kind of know what you're getting into as far as like the looks and all that, but it just has different singlets. And this one's actually like really cool, so I do like that. If I had my, I forget what he was in recently, but if I had my other one out, I'd show you like a little comparison. But I'm sure this one's got to be better. I just wish that they had done the actual chase one of the Elite that they were supposed to do. They didn't because I guess it has something to do with Japan and whatever, because it had like the Japanese flag on it. I don't know. And I need to not lose this. It's my little ID thing from work, because I certainly would have been wondering where that was come Monday. All right, now after that, I got some boxes to actually open, right? Because I got to get all this crap dealt with so that way I can reclaim some space. And what's crazy to me is, like, if you've ever bought anything from Amazon, you can probably relate. You see the size of this box, right? Yeah. And you can probably tell by the way that I'm moving it around that there's not a whole lot in it. It isn't. And you'll see that in just a moment here since I get this box open. Because in here, all that you have is this. This is a McFarlane, I think it's a gold label John Stewart. John Stewart from the Green Lantern, right? So there's that side of that for you, right? So I don't feel like dealing with like the opening of the, actually, no, this is easy. So I can open this one real quick right now. Because some of these things, like, you got to work for it. And I'm just like, I don't always want to, you know what I'm saying? The American way to like want the most but do the least. It happens. It happens a lot. So set that down there. So these things do just slip right on out. And there you go. You can't really see it because of the lighting in here, whatever, but that's going to be John Stewart. So it's got the little card on the side. Well, the other side got some swords down there, which is an odd choice. But yeah, all in all, this is an Amazon exclusive figure. So if you are a John Stewart fan, and this is actually pretty nice with the details and stuff. So it's actually like really good, surprisingly. But if you're into John Stewart or Green Lanterns or McFarlane figures, or you just like stuff that's mildly limited, as it says down there, 3,000 pieces, head on over to Amazon.com, pick that up for yourself, and then you too can have it. And we can talk about it later. I don't know. So up next, where I put that knife. This is, as you can kind of see, got a WWE logo on the side, which means that this is probably one of those Ultimate Edition whatevers, right? And it is. It's going to be the Survivor Series 90 Gobbledy, Gooker, and Undertaker set. So let's go ahead and get that open. This was also an Amazon exclusive. There's the, Jesus, that's a big box. So there's the front, flip that around. There's the back, flip that back around. So then on the side you have those guys, right? And then on this side, that's what that's looking like. So let's go ahead and get on into this thing because I need to see what it looks like up close and personal. You know what I'm saying? I've seen other people talk about it on the internet, right? That does nothing for me. I want it for myself, okay? It's okay to live through other people once in a while. It truly is. But sometimes you just got to do it for yourself. So that's how these look when they're just in the box just as soon as you open it or whatever, in case you're curious. Got a little card separating things here, some little backdrop type of thing going on. Just sit that down there. And it is, get this one first, I guess. So there you have this, the Gobbledy Gooker, right? So yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about that other than his name. But either way, so there he is. I can't remember the guy who that was. Was it Terry Taylor? Was that the guy? And then like he did that, and then that was kind of the end of his career, basically. And then you have this, the Undertaker figure from his debut, right? So you got the crazy eyes, the big purple and black tie. Unfortunately, like the lighting in here is not so great for some odd reason, but let's see if that helps a little bit. So there's that. That's what he's looking like, kind of, sort of, right? On the back, that's basically what you're getting. So, hey, there's Brother Love. I just got his Legends figure not too long ago. And let's see. Somebody was saying that the boxes are a little wider. So this is a standard Ultimate Edition, right? You can't quite tell, but you can look at it from that side. These boxes are just a little bit wider, right? So you see that? Just a little bit wider. So if you're one of those people that displays your boxes like together, it's not quite going to work out for you. So just know that going into it, but it's not a big deal to some people because, again, not everybody keeps their stuff in the boxes. But it's something that is worth mentioning. I heard it and I thought, okay, I'll bring that up if that ever comes around. And then this is going to be the egg that the Gobbledy Gooker comes in. So pretty nice little set here. So if you have $70 to part with, you can get that for yourself also from Amazon.com. Not saying that it's some kind of spokesman or whatever. I honestly don't care if you buy it or not. But if you are interested, that's where it is. So I'm going to set this guy down here so I can keep this thing moving. There's an AEW pay-per-view tonight, so I got to try to get through this stuff relatively quickly so I can get to that, right? It's not like I have to go anywhere, but I just want to get this done, get this mess cleaned up, because there is quite the mess brewing over here, and then move on. Right? So this comes from Pro Wrestling Tees, and it's going to be a couple micro brawlers. So one is going to be Matt Hardy, the other is going to be Jeff Hardy. So together they are the Hardy Boys, or nowadays just the Hardys as they're called. So there's that for you. So the Jeff one, this was it was like a limited edition or a pre-order or something. I don't remember, but it was one of those things where like you had a certain amount of time to order it. And I think they were just going to do as many orders as they received. Kind of like how, well, I think Super 7 used to do that. Now they just make a bunch of everything. Either way, they're very cool. This one, the Matt Hardy, is pretty plain, honestly, but that's to be expected. They go all in on the Jeff, though, because if you look at the face there, some really nice details and such. So, pretty cool. I like it anyways. Set these down here with their little plastic bags. And keep this thing moving. This is a shirt from somewhere. It might be a wrestling shirt. That's a thing that I get a lot of. It is not. It is not at all because it's got like the big Iowa thing on it. Some of you might be aware I am an Iowa guy, as in not like living in Iowa, but from there. I did live there, obviously, at some point. It's just that those days are over, and if they ever stop having heavy snow winters, maybe I'll go back and live there again, but I don't like the snow. Either way, so this is an Iowa shirt, right? And it's got this hood on the back, so it's like a t-shirt hoodie or something. I don't know what's going on with this, but it was on sale, and I was like, well, this could be something. You know, it's kind of one of those like things I can throw on and wear to the gym, you know? I need stuff like that because the gym is like the only place I go besides work and concerts. So actually just looking at my lineup for coming up here. Got, what is it? Who's coming up soon? Alkaline Trio's coming up soon. Death Cab for Cutie, the Postal Service. Something else that I can't quite remember the name of. Smile Empty Soul. Yeah, I saw those tickets went on sale recently. They'll be with Edema. Apparently that's still a thing. This came from IDW. So this is the Batman Ninja Turtles book. I don't know anything about this. I didn't even know it existed until I bought it. But they were having some kind of sale, and because if you ever check out with like the shop app or whatever, or a shop account, you build up money somehow. I don't know how that works, but I just know like every time I go on there, like, hey, you have $4 of shop cash. And I'm like, okay. So then I just check out with this, and you get my $4 off. And on top of the $4 off, there was also some kind of thing going on. So it was already marked down, you know, for, I don't know, holiday maybe. But I don't know what it was. I just know that I like the Ninja Turtles, and I've been into reading stuff lately. That's because I just finished that last Ronin thing. So figured let's go ahead and do that, right? Why not? Moving along, almost done, which means probably nothing to you, but a lot to me because I'm trying to get through this. Though I still have a whole lot of boxes to break down and put into like the garbage thing or whatever, which is not. It's not like it takes a lot of time to do that. I just don't want to do it, right? Because it's work. But it is what it is. Moving along. Get this guy out of here. Okay, cool. So this is, and there's a lot going on with this. This is one of those Mondo figures I was talking about a little while ago. So here's the thing, right? MondoShop.com. They sell a lot of cool stuff. And I saw that some of their things were on Amazon, like marked down. And I'm like, this sounds not right. But I figured, how else would I know unless I just went through and bought it? Me and a co-worker, we looked at some of the reviews online that people were saying about the Mondo stuff there, and like, yeah, this is all legit, blah, blah, blah. But anybody could say that, right? But anyways, I figured, you know what? Instead of spending like the $230, I will spend the $185 and see if this works out for me. So slip this thing off. And that means now I got to open this thing on up, right? How does it? See, the other one, oh, this does have it too. Because my Magneto has like the magnetic side, so I guess that's just how all of them are. You hear that? Yeah. Okay, let's get that back open. And so there inside here, you have Hordak, right? So can't quite tell, but just trust me on that. And this thing is large. Like, I don't know if that's really showing up for you, but this is a pretty good size figure, you know, because he takes up the whole thing here. It's like 12 inches roughly. And the detailing on this thing is insane. So I am definitely like happy with how this came out, which is a good thing because I already have multiple other figures of theirs on pre-order. So that's pretty cool. Because like I just put in my pre-order for the Sabretooth, and I already have my pre-order in from a couple months ago for Skeletor. That just hasn't shipped yet. And who else hasn't shipped yet? Wolverine. Well, no, I think the Wolverine's here. The Logan hasn't shipped because that was like a Comic-Con exclusive. And there might be something else out there. But either way, I've been buying up a lot of their stuff. And now I got to figure out where I'm going to put it. Because, you know, these things are not normal figure size. Which is why they're not normal figure price. But it's cool, I get it. And these things they're not like limited, but they only make a certain amount of them. You know, it's not like a mass-produced thing. This one actually has it on the back. That one may have also, but I threw it away already. So if you see on the back of there, this one is the Wolverine, and it says 325 of 2,500, right? That's on both sides. So 325 out of 2,500. So like I said, it's not super limited in the sense of like, you know, you got to really try to get this stuff. It's just that if you want it, you kind of have to go get Trapjaw. Trapjaw is the other thing, because as I was talking about limited things, that came to me. But yeah, if you want it, you should probably just like jump on it when they do the timed exclusive or the timed release. Because after the fact, then you got to remember, and if you forget, then you might miss out. But the Trapjaw that they did recently is the classic colored one from like the cartoon and stuff. That one I got on order. Oh. They put these little blocker things on the upper corners of the figures, so that way like the boxes don't get damaged, which is actually really nice. I noticed that with whatever the last one I got was, which He-Man? Yeah, He-Man. So then there's the rest of those, the other four. Move those somewhere out of the way. Also get that guy out of the way. All right. And so a lot of stuff going on here. That's the front. So that, well, you really can't see a whole lot there, but on this side you have more going on. This is the X-Men animated series Wolverine, so that's kind of what it looks like right there in the middle. And a lot of just hand-drawn sketches and such on the sides. And then over here, right there, you have the Previews exclusive thing. Previews exclusive, they don't really have their own stuff. They just kind of sell like some of everybody's stuff, which is probably the way to do it. Is that a morph head? Yeah, it is. No. Yeah, it is a morph head. Either way, all right, let's go ahead and turn this around a little bit. So, try not to knock anything over. But that's what you have in there. That's the Wolverine figure. You see he's got like the lightning bolt things for like the action look, whatever. So it's pretty cool. Got some extra heads and stuff. So Very nice indeed. This one set me back a good one. Well, it was a little cheaper. It was only like 150, 160, something like that. So no complaints there. That box is empty. All right, a couple more to deal with. And then one last big one, and then we will be done here. Libertarian, what's going on? How's life working out for you? Because he says, hey, hope all is well. All is well over here. No real complaints, you know, there never really are. I'm a pretty easygoing guy. What is, oh, yeah, I remember this now. This, I was going to do this as a separate video and just kind of forgot. But now that it's here, whatever. I'm not going to open it all up now. I guess I'll do that later. But so there's a Michelangelo card, some kind of trading card thing from Limited Run, right? Limited Run is like this online game store or whatever. You know, they have a lot of limited run items. Like you put the orders in and then they ship it to you like 18 years later. It takes freaking forever. So there's this, just a bunch of crap saying, oh, thanks for buying from us, right? Which is the last time I will see one of these because I do not see myself shopping with them ever again. Because it's like they put out this order for this when I was in Philadelphia last year for the Luchador thing, which was June. So I put the order in June, and they're like, oh, yeah, hey, cool, thanks. Yeah, we'll get your stuff out soon, right? The same thing they tell anybody. And then all of a sudden it's been like a year, and like they just have kept postponing and postponing and postponing. And then they finally ship it, and I just got it like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think it arrived the day that I went back up to Philadelphia for the New Japan show, which was ridiculous given how long that was. And here's the other thing about that. So when they put this up, they only had like the PS4 one, right? Which doesn't even say that on here anywhere, does it? Either way, they had the PS4 one. I'm like, well, okay, that's the only one you have, sure, whatever. Because it's the kind of game this is. I feel like the extra PS5 power will not be necessary. So I bought it, and then of course, like several months later, like, oh, and here's our PS5 version. It's like, why didn't you say you were going to have that? A lot of people were not happy about it. Either way, so I'll go getting on into this later. So this is going to be a collector's edition set. So there you go on the back. It's for Shredder's Revenge. I don't know if I didn't really say that, but it is. So there's that. You get a bunch of crap in there. So if you want to see more or hear more about this, there will be another video that is largely just probably dedicated to this later, whenever I get around to doing that. And I will rant about how I don't like them all over again. And he says, just kicking it before AEW pay-per-view starts. You know, it's weird because like they just had a pay-per-view. So it seemed kind of odd to have another one. And I'm so far out of the loop because last Wednesday, I just realized this today. I was like, man, did I miss Dynamite? Yeah, last Wednesday was Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper Day. So I missed that. What is this? I have no idea what this is. So, yeah, it was Alice Cooper and I'll say Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie. So I was out doing that. And then Saturday night, I missed Collision because I was at the Streetlight Manifesto show. So I'm like way behind. I don't know what's going on tonight with their stuff. So, all right, let me go ahead and open this thing up because I have no idea what it is. It comes from it looks like it comes from the Mattel Creations people. That's kind of like the type of boxes that they generally ship stuff in. Just not sure what it would be though. Actually, you know what? I think wow, that's a very nice little wrapping paper here. It's kind of like Christmas or something, you know? Oh, right. So, a while ago, I did an unboxing, kind of, sort of, because this will be a video later, of the Uno Ultimate, like the Spider-Man edition, or at least the Marvel edition. So that's what this is. Look at that. It's got this nice little slip cover thing, right? So that's what's going on the back side. So it's kind of like transparent in a way. Like on one side you have Spider-Man 2099. Then on the other side it's kind of just blank, right? Either way, so as far as the box Spider-Man on that side, $20.99. Venom on that side. So it's like a new take on the Uno game or whatever. But each card, well, not each card, but a lot of the cards have like special abilities and stuff like that. So when you're playing it, you have all kinds of other stuff going on. It's not just like, oh, do you have any green cards? Or do you have a 2 or whatever? No, there's a lot more stuff happening. And it's actually really fun once you like get an idea for how to play. So I'll probably have to go and do that later. You know what I'm saying? As far as putting that video up. Because assuming it's still in stock, like I think people would be into that if you know that it exists. What's your newest pair of Yeezys? I don't know. I honestly don't know because I don't know when all those orders went through. I don't know when raffles ended. So there's just been a bunch of Yeezys showing up over the last few days, and whatever one is my newest one is probably just whichever raffle closed the latest. It's not a good answer, right? Because I don't have a good answer for you, but it's an answer. So you're not ignored. You're just not exactly, helped, I guess. So anyways, move along past that. We got some more stuff in here, and this is going to be from IDW as well. Oh, wow. So I thought these were going to be like, for some reason I thought these were going to be like more solid, but I'm not sure which one is which. Either way, how does this go? Like that. So the first 2 issues of the Ninja Turtles versus Street Fighter comic crossover thing, that's what this is, right? It's like the special editions. So that's why it's got this big thing where it's making a big picture or whatever, right? So once I get the other 3, this should be a whole scene because I think it's supposed to be a 5-part thing, right? So I'm not sure what's going to be going on in the middle, but I mean, because there's only the four turtles, right? But assuming they actually do 5 pieces. But either way, so I saw this. The comic has been going pretty well, right? So I'm not going to go getting on into it right now because I'm trying to keep this thing moving. But I will say I have been interested, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in issue number 3, which actually I just ordered a couple days ago. So now I have one more big box to open. Got to clear some space because this one comes from Iron Studios. It's going to be a bunch of Ninja Turtle statues in there. Oh my God. All right, so let's give you an idea. See this thing right here? Yeah, it's large and many pounds. Well, it's only like 22 pounds according to what FedEx said, but it's an awkwardly shaped 22 pounds. Let's see, because Punk is gone, Ricky Starks. Oh, for some reason, when I first started reading that, I took Punk as in like Punk the music genre. So let me start that over. Let's see. Because Punk is gone, Ricky's challenged Dragon to a strap match, signs a contract, and realizes it's not Steamboat. He's fighting Brian. You know what's funny about that? I was just doing a pro wrestling crate unboxing this morning, and I got a Brian Danielson shirt in there, right? And I was looking at it, I'm like, this looks exactly like a Ricky the Dragon Steamboat shirt that I got like from them a while ago. And so now seeing that, it's just kind of like a weird little coincidence, But I did look at the shirts later, and there's pictures in the video. Yeah, they're very, very similar. Uncanny. Okay. So, oh boy, this is a lot. So, let me go ahead. I just saw your post today and thought that was ironic. Yeah, right? So, this is one of them. Let me go ahead and get all the rest of these out here. So these were limited to only 100 a piece, right? I was going to wait for them to go on sale, but then I saw, well, if they're that limited, maybe I should just get them now. And so that's what happened. And what's weird is like, it looks like some of these are shipped in boxes and some are not. So, because it's these things are not light. But if you saw the video I did like not too long ago, right? With the forged figure, I feel like these are supposed to be the same size, but these feel significantly heavier than that forged figure did. Okay, let's see, this is what I'm saying here. All right, some of them are shipped in boxes like this, where it just has like all the stuff, all the information on there. And the other ones were not. So whatever, it is what it is. Not gonna dwell on it because like the box is just gonna get opened anyway. But I do need to get this thing. Okay. Usually I'll just push that further down. Okay, so now that I've got some space to work with just a little bit, let's go ahead and pull these things out of this box here, see what things are looking like. Now, I'm not going to do a full-on opening of these right now because if this is anything like what I saw the Forge one, I ended up having to like actually put that thing together last time I was doing one of these, and I'm not doing that today, right? You know, fool me once, shame on me, or wait, I don't know. However that saying goes, just pretend that I nailed it, okay? Even though I didn't. All right, and there's that. Sit him down there, and this one is going to be Raphael. Now, you can't quite tell because it might just seem like it's a bad picture, but these are grayscale turtles, right? So like grayscale as in like, you know, kind of like black and white grayscale. So they're black and white grayscale figures, whatever, but they have the red bandanas, right? So they did also have the standard green turtles with like the colored bandanas, but I have a good number of those already. So it's time to start branching out. If you saw my Comic-Con pickups, you remember that I got the gray ones there too. Excuse me. I got the gray ones there too. So now I have another set. Actually, I have a Loyal Subject set from a few Comic-Cons ago as well. But those ones are like 2 inches tall, so they're like more like a desk display sort of deal. And now there is that. Set that down there. And last but certainly not least is Leonardo, right? So that is all 4 of these things. Let me see. I'm going to do one quick look in here just to see if this does need some assembly and stuff, or if it's going to be like the last one. I mean, if it is like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So if you want to see these, stay tuned for that to happen later because they're definitely going to be worth looking at or whatever. But I'm going to do a full review of these actually because those are worth the time. So there we go. There's that 37 minutes. Not too bad because I went through a whole lot of crap here, right? So I think I'm good. Does anybody out there happen to have any questions or anything that you want to throw my way before I go getting on out of here? If you do, go ahead and post them in the little comment section. They don't have to necessarily be related to anything that I'm talking about, much like the guy with the easy question. I'm open to anything. It's just, you know, this is still one of the few times when I can actually respond to people in a way that's more than just like typing something, so you can kind of get like a better response in instances like this. But at the same time, if there aren't any questions, that's cool too, because I can start cleaning this up because I'm like boxed in behind cardboard boxes and trash now. But either way, so now that that's out there, I'll give it the whole 15 seconds or whatever the delay is for it to get to the masses while I start closing this thing out. From me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I do have a bunch of stuff that I've been editing lately. You probably noticed that like the channel hasn't had a whole lot of uploads, at least not as far as like actual reviews and stuff, but the shoes and such. But I've been editing them to put them out. It's just I've been focused on the editing more than like the releasing. So sooner or later, like I'll get them out on whatever schedule and they'll start trickling out there, and then you can start ignoring them or start watching them or whatever it is people do whenever they see new stuff pop up. I don't know. I'm a large ignore person. I'll be honest with you. I'm subscribed to however many things. I watch like none of it, which is why I never really push for people to do that for me. Like, I don't care if you watch it or subscribe or like or comment. Yeah, none of that really means a whole lot. Just take it for what it is. Enjoy it. If it's worth it for your time, great. Cool. That's going to be it for me. Again, like I said, thanks for stopping in and all that good stuff. I didn't say that today, but I say that all the time. Thanks for stopping in. There's a lot of other stuff you could be doing. And now you can go ahead and go back to doing that other stuff. So later, people.